everybody, I'm Terry, and this is Phil
Hey.
of the ICU Awards. And we're here on location outside of one of the most popular tourist attractions in Chicago. It's called Cloud
Also
Gate,
known as the Bean.
for obvious reasons.
And actually, you know, Terry, one thing about the Bean that's really cool, it's a reflection in it, and it has a 12-foot arch, and it's like one of the biggest attractions here in Chicago.
Yeah, and it's really cool. So if you haven't seen it yet, then you want to definitely come and check it out.
Absolutely.
And you know what? In addition to these popular tourist attractions, there's also so many movies and TV shows that are filmed here, including Chicago Fire,
And Chicago PD,
yes, Chicago Med,
and also Empire,
that's right,
and The Chi.
Right, The Chi. Who
Yeah.
can forget The Chi?
Yeah, absolutely right.
And you know what else? There's so many movies that I just mentioned, and one of the most popular is Home Alone,
And there's also Road to Perdition. That's a great film.
The Dark Knight.
Right, and also my favorite, Risky Business.
And Phil, I am so excited that now we can add to that list Chicago Guy.
Yes, and I'm going to be interviewing the writer and the director, Shahari Moore.
And I'm going to be talking to Derek Dow, the star.
Yes, so let's go. Come on, let's go. Shahari Moore, how are you? Let me ask you this. Now, you've noticed like the crew around here was having a good time. What's the funniest thing that's happened on set so far?
There's a scene
Okay,
with masks
okay.
in the film, and when the characters put the mask on for the first time, I actually laughed so hard that I threw up a bit.
Oh.
Yeah. I was torn with whether to leave the scene in or take it out. I think it has to stay.
Oh, got to stay in. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll all look for that particular scene.
Yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely.
Oh, give us a brief, without giving too many things away,
Sure.
brief synopsis of Chicago Guy. What's it all about?
It tells the story of a man who's on the cusp between life and death. Before he transitions, he wants to revisit everything he loves about Chicago.
So a story of self-evaluation and reflection and stuff like that.
Nostalgia.
Absolutely.
It's all
Wow.
in there.
Now, you know what, Shahari? That sounds like a very heavy topic. So
Absolutely.
what were you looking for and qualities in an actor for the lead role for Chicago Guy?
I was looking for an actor who's really adaptable. An actor that really had a great hand in terms of playing comedy
Wow.
and drama, and had a good understanding of juxtaposition.
So 2011, Swimming Lesson, right?
Yes.
The male perspective, right?
Yes.
And then you did two other projects after that, Be
Yes.
Love
Yes.
and Brooks People.
Yes.
Okay, 2015, 2017. Now you're going back to the male perspective with Chicago Guy. So as you return back to the male perspective,
Sure.
what have you learned?
Got you. When we were doing our table read, one thing that came up was a conversation about insurance in the Black community. And I feel like a lot of times with independent film, there's so much gold there. We create this art and we don't know exactly what it will do, and then it gets out into the world and it takes on a life of its own. So I'm actually really, really curious and excited to see what Chicago Guy does and what it evokes from people.
We have to wrap it up here, but there's so many other things about you with regards to your Kanye West Emerging Artist Award and your experience with the Cannes Film Festival. Yes, and hopefully you'll invite us back.
Sure, that would be fantastic.
So thank you so much. Can I have a hug?
Sure.
Okay, God. We love her.
Blessings.
Blessings to you all. So thank you so
Yes.
much for ICU Awards, and we'll talk to you all later. Thank you, Shahari.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, so I'm here now with the star of Chicago Guy, Derek Dow. Welcome, Derek.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now tell me, Derek, you are such an accomplished actor. So I want to know, what was it about this role that attracted you to it?
Well, I mean, I'm a diehard Chicagoan, and Shahari knows that, and she's been seeing me in and out stuff throughout the Black Harvest Film Festival, which happens every year in August. And I mean, if you go on any of my social media, you just know I'm all about Chicago. I mean, I literally take a flag with me all around the world and like take pictures of the Chicago flag. Just, you know, so you put Chicago on something, I'm rooting for it.
Well,
So-
obviously, Chicago has molded you. Tell me a little bit about that and how the city has molded you to be who you are and helped you to pursue your dream.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I tell people, and I'm from the South Side, and so when I say that, a lot of people go, oh, well, you know, it's rough over there. And don't get me wrong, it is, but I've laughed more in this city than I've cried, you know? And I've lost my father here, I lost uncles here, you know, stuff like that. But it's something about this city that it feels so lived in and so grounded that, I mean, it's like a battery pack for me. The minute I get off the plane, and I get here, I feel recharged.
You know what you mean? Because we felt the energy when we drove in, and we were like, "Oh man, Chicago it's just something different about
It's
this
just
city."
something different about it.
When it seems like a great place for independent filmmakers.
But I started here, and back in like maybe like 05 or 06, and it's just, I don't know, people stay out your way. They just see you doing something, and it's like, oh, that's kind of positive. And there's just so many things here that haven't been shown on the screen, you know, which gives us the leg up. You know, you've seen New York a million times, but you haven't seen Chicago.
Well, it seems like Shahari's out to change that based on, you know, Chicago Guy. So tell me a little bit about your character. Who is Chicago Guy?
Well, Chicago Guy. You know, honestly, he's just like a fun, you know, regular guy from the South Side, photographer who really enjoys his city and finds beauty within his city. Can be a little jerk every now and then, you know, but
Can't
good
all
guy.
men?
Yes, that is true.
Some women too. I don't want to just generalize.
Thank you. It's 2019. It's equal jerks.
Tell
Okay.
me a little bit about the story. I know Shahari said a little bit about, told us a little bit about the story, but tell me a little bit about the story in your eyes.
You know what? It's just honestly the simplest way to put it is like, what would you do in the city you love if you only had 24 hours to get it done? Like, what would you do? Before you make a schedule of what your day is, think of what you have to do. Think of what you could not do. And then those are the things you focus on. And that's pretty much what this movie is about.
Can't wait to see it. But I also want to ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
How did you get the nickname Pretty Boy?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, that's very old. I don't know how y'all dug that up. See, that was a past life. You know what? Honestly, it originated because I, you know, single mother. I didn't play a lot of sports, so when kids wanted to like tease me, they'd be like, "Oh, he a pretty boy. He don't do any of that stuff." So it was a teasing thing. And then when I got to high school, it became like girls started calling me that, and then I was like, "Oh, it backfired on y'all." Now it's working. So that's
fun.
yeah, it's fun. It's still fun. Yeah. Now I just go by Derek Dow, but it's good. It's now it's like when people call me that, I'm like, "Oh, I've been knowing you for decades." You know. So now it's even evolved to something endearing to me. You know, nothing vanity about it. Just an endearing, like, oh, we knew each other since, I don't know, high school or undergrad. So it feels good. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first, you guys. Now we're buddies.
Now we're buddies.
Well, I think that does it for us, unless there's something else you want to add.
Well, you know, follow me on Instagram, Derek D Dow. Put the D in it so you remember Derek D-D-O-W.
Well, great. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Well, you know what, Phil? This was so much fun. I really enjoyed being here on the set of Chicago Guy.
Yes, it was such a great experience, and maybe we'll be coming to your film set next.
That's right. You never know.